Gratefulness. Where to begin on this topic? It's easy to just say be grateful, but where and how to begin, that seems to be the most difficult place to start. But again, it all starts in the mind. And why do I keep going there? Because in this existence, the unseen battle is for your mind. The 1% know the universal law and that if they can control your mind, they control you and do so without force. King Solomon said, as a man thinketh, so he is. He-Man said, I have the power, if you guys watch that cartoon. Mind over matter, and I don't really know who initially said that, but my point is, your mind is your God, and if you subject your mind to the powers that be, you'll remain in subjugation and always in want, enslaved, oppressed, abused, drained, and ultimately ungrateful. I would like to first start off by sharing the law of mentalism and that all is mind. This is the first universal law and it's an immutable one, meaning that it's absolute and cannot be changed, can't be manipulated nor transcended. All is mind expresses how the universe is a creation of the mind, and all that we see and experience in our physical world has its origin in the invisible mental realm, and that there is one universal consciousness from which all things manifest. Thus, all minds are connected. In other words, your mind creates your reality and what you think becomes. So, even though this law is immutable, you can control your thoughts, not only affecting you, but your surroundings, since all is connected. They say be careful of what you speak because words are power, but also be mindful of what you think, as the universe will reflect to you the instruction of your vibrations. Your perception is your reality. For example, you keep saying you don't want bills to come in the mail. Well, the universe will continue to send you bills because that's all of the instructions that you're sending out for you to constantly be in that want. The universe doesn't care if the bills are a positive or negative thing for you. It's just responding to your mind as you are the creator. Instead, you should be grateful that you either have the resources to clear them or thank the universe for checks coming in the mail, even if it's not happening at that very moment. But that's where pretending comes into play, and having a childlike mind to believe that what you say it is and will be. Eventually, at the right moment, it will be made so. See, the universe understands vibrations, and if you decide to remain in an ungrateful state, trust that the universe will help you to stay there. And why would you even be given more if there's no appreciation for what already is and what you already have? Yet, if you choose to be grateful even for the little things, then you can receive more, as gratefulness is a much higher vibration, and the universe can manifest easier with that. And this also corresponds or is intertwined with the law of attraction, which a lot of people are familiar with. And not only does the universe respond desirably to your gratefulness, but you will also begin to draw people and opportunities for you to foster the new world that you've created with your mind. For more comprehension and self-mastery with this law and others, research Hermeticism or the Kabbalion, but only if you're open and ready to elevate your existence. Now, back to being grateful. So, how do you begin, especially if you're in an unhappy state? It may seem difficult because many don't really know what makes them happy, so this in itself gives them anguish, and they have to redefine themselves, or they're trying different things to determine what it is that makes them happy. But look at this as a start to a roadmap of obtaining that true happiness that everyone desires. But in order to take the first steps to getting there, start with just making a simple list of things, people, places, and or events that you're grateful for. And expound on that list. Expound on those items so that you can comprehend how your mind, spirit, and your heart works. For example, if a certain place makes you happy, write the reason for that. Does it remind you of someone dear? Do you enjoy the scenery? Is it the sense, the experience? Do you enjoy the music, or is it just the feeling that that place gives you? If it's a person, is it because of who that person is, or is it what they do for you and how they make you feel? Now, distinction in this is important because respect is at play here, which we'll get to in another vlog. But, in other words, be conscious and in the know of your why. Knowing your why assists with your internal balance. Internal conflict between your heart, your mind, and your spirit also results in that unhappiness, leading to you being ungrateful. Because if you're saying one thing makes you happy, then your heart and your spirit and your mind should agree. However, if that one thing only makes you happy in this one area while internally you're in conflict, then you got some trouble to deal with from within. And not only that, you'll also begin to draw to you conflicting situations and people if that's your case. But back to the list. Take your time and, of course, write the first things that come to mind and be completely honest with yourself. Don't shy away from the things that you may feel are embarrassing, because we're, again, accepting ourselves and all that comes with us. So once this is complete, write the things that you're not grateful for as well. The things that cause you anger or frustration, or situations that get on your nerves, having you feeling unappreciated or misunderstood. Why are we taking it here? Because even in these moments, we can learn more about ourselves and our disposition, further investigating the foundation that makes us who we are. This will also help us to learn any lessons that we may have not gotten, which is many times why we go through the same situations, just in a different scene. Now, just as you did with the grateful things, get to the root of what you're not thankful for by exposing the why. And again, be honest. Keep it 100, as they say. Hindsight is 20/20, so you'll begin to learn more about you and most often find that situations were not as they appeared to be. This will help you to gain peace due to your understanding and even clear out some of your hate closet. But more importantly, you'll begin to appreciate the people and situations that were brought to challenge you, to define you, or to redefine you. You'll also see that occurrences were due to your own thinking and allow you to grow, because you now comprehend that you are ultimately responsible for your own world. Learn to say thank you and I appreciate it, or I appreciate you. But also learn when to say no thank you. Not out of pride, reverse psychology, manipulation, or some false sense of humility, but a deep knowing that there are just some times when we need to reject the assistance of others, because in the long run, it's going to set us back in our growth, which poses a greater weight for us to bear in the end. Only life's experiences can tell you what direction to choose. When you first open your eyes, your first thought, emotion, or impulse should be gratefulness. Gratefulness to the Creator, to the universe, or source, whatever you'd like to call it, because you're even awake. Throughout your day, say vocally or even mentally how much you appreciate the many gifts that you receive, from the simple things to the grandiose things. Genuinely smile, as those thoughts will have you taking notice in the light of things from a day-to-day basis, and then you'll eventually begin to see the light that shines from within as well as others. In loving yourself, look in the mirror and tell your soul that you are thankful and appreciate it for the many talents, gifts, and abilities you possess or have the ability to obtain. Why look in the mirror? Well, it's kind of difficult to lie to yourself and be confident looking yourself in the eye. If you can't fathom a thing or two that you respect about yourself, then it's time for you to explore. Define yourself anew, or to remember yourself. A constant practice of being appreciative and grateful will naturally cause you to experience joy, because they work hand in hand, and that joy will stream from an infinite place. But don't be surprised when your smile catches the attention of others and makes experiencing the day's events more simple and more pleasurable. Yet also be warned, because misery loves company. So you may also notice a pull to keep you negative when you're trying to shift to a higher and more positive mindset. And that pull can come from your own ego, which is resistant to change. Or it can come from the leeches that surround you, because they need that life support. They need that negativity like crabs in a burrow. Separate yourself if you need to build that strength in this area, and gather the support of like-minded individuals or groups. Remember, you are a vessel, so to build on this vessel, watch what you feed it. To cultivate that attitude of gratitude, let that purpose flow to what you consume and are entertained by, to the environment that you're surrounded within. You'll begin to also pick up on subliminal messages and most things that will contradict the new state that you're trying to create. And of course, you have to make the necessary alterations or cuts and just keep it moving. But, beloved, take a moment at a time. No need to rush your progress, because over time your world is going to evolve right before your eyes. In the meantime, beloved, thank you for hearing me and for listening. Until next time.